everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Collection Comic of the Week. The book I've chosen for this week is another book from my childhood that was really special to me. It is Steel, #1, written by Lee Simonson, art by John Bogdanave. I think I still haven't found out how to pronounce that correctly from when I reviewed Superman the Man of Steel, but yeah, this was a book that I found. I got this book at like a garage sale or a yard sale or something whenever I was really, really young. I would, on the weekends, sometimes I'd go with my aunt to the garage sales. And I'd always get excited about it because some of them would have toys or games or comic books. Because it's a yard sale, you know, you could usually get them pretty on the cheap. And that was no exception for this. Found this book. They had like 3 for $1 comic books or something. They're really just trying to move their comic books out. And I got it. And at the time I got it, I'm like, this is an issue #1, this is exciting. I can't believe, this is the first issue. It's going to be worth a lot of money. And it was one of the rare books because my uncle, his family used to run a card shop. And, he kind of like, hey, you really need to be careful with, if you know a book that's going to be worth a lot of money, be careful with it. And he's like, read it once, and then put it away. Because that's #1. That's going to be worth a lot of money. I mean, little did I know what was going to happen with the comic book industry and how this, may just hold more sentimental value than financial value. But I did. I read it one time and put it away. I didn't have a bag and board, but we put it in something. We wrapped it up. I put it like in the back of my closet, and I did not touch it because I thought this was going to make me rich now. But it didn't, but I still love the book. And as far as the title character is concerned, I was introduced to this character in a really different way. I was a Superman fan. I was a fan, as I talked about in the Man of Steel episode that I did a little while back. I became acquainted with Superman through the Fleischer cartoon, the Christopher Reeve movie, and because of that, like, they had Superman action figures. Now with my allowance, I wanted a Superman action figure. So that was like a rare one where, yes, it was other media that influenced me, but it was before they had a DC Animated Universe cartoon or a Fox Kids cartoon for me to be acquainted with. And the same thing's kind of the deal with Steel. In the Superman line, they had a Steel figure. And I thought the action figure looked cool. I'm like, that looks cool. And he's got a giant hammer and he's cool. And, I didn't really know anything about Steel. And they had like a small bio about Steel on the back of the box. Saying he's John Henry Irons and this, that, and the other. So, but I didn't know much of the backstory other than just what it said on the back of the figure. So I was just played as Steel was just kind of like Superman's partner, So kind of misrepresentation, I guess, for my 6-year-old self. But eventually I would go on to find out that Steel was his own character through the movie with Shaquille O'Neal playing Steel, which in retrospect, I've kind of, not a great movie, but I respect the casting a little bit because I know what a fan Shaq is of the Superman mythos and how at least he would probably be happy to play a character like that. And then later on, he got used in, Superman the Animated Series, Justice League Unlimited. So, that's kind of cool. It was cool kind of finding out through this action figure, learning more about Steel through comics and other media. So, yeah, it's kind of a different way to be introduced to a hero, but a fun way. And this was the first adventure. It came out of the pages of The Death of Superman. And, well, let's check it out. Just take a look at the cover. It's kind of really, really cool looking cover. It's simple, but just, I always really liked it. I still think it's maybe not like quite as iconic as others, but I still think it's a pretty neat cover. And open it up, it's really Joker, The Death of Batman. You'll believe a Batman can die. I thought that was just this is just an advertisement. I think this is like just classic. And the reviews, I'll give it 4 stars. Don't hit me again. a towering cinematic achievement. I'd say that if I didn't have a blowtorch at my feet. You've got to see this movie. My life depends on it. The finest film of the year to date, or The Joker Will Kill My Family. Yeah, so, this might be one I have to hunt down. This is apparently Detective Comics number 671 through 673. So I've seen that I have this advertisement in a couple comic books. So maybe this might be kind of the more an easy set of comics to find and add to the collection, and hell, maybe even have on Collection Comic of the Week. We will see. But let's get to Steel. Starting off at the Capitol. I always just really like this character. Like this, I was so happy to. There he is. There he is. Very much. What's sad is before I saw the Superman the Animated Series episode, I would read Steel as Shaq. And that hurts me to say, especially with what I just said. But, how bad the movie is. But, like, I would read Steel as Shaquille O'Neal. And then whenever I saw the episode of Superman the Animated Series with, John Henry Irons and the Steel character, that's when I started reading him in a different voice. Mario's Time Machine. This game was so hard I would rent it all the time and could not beat it. It's more advertisements, but just, it's kind of, maybe his muscles are a little too big. It is kind of a little bit of that 90s art style, but, like, it works. It's just works for this type of book. You gotta be careful. Really good. That's cool. I think that's a cool splash page there. I just really like that. Got some more just very underrated character. I really wish they were doing more with him right now. I always thought he was a fun character. I don't know. There's something really. I thought he was like just like a good. I want to say partner to Superman, but just kind of like it's the opposite of Superman, but still a good, fun character, a noble character, but maybe just a little bit more of a more badass than Superman, I guess I'll say. And going back to his old neighborhood. It's really underrated character. That's what I will say. And then showing up at his family's house. Another really cool page right here with the art. Clay Fighter advertisement. Nice. Some more. Another great. Really like that panel. And now finally, I remember, I got this, like I said, as a kid from a yard sale, and I was disappointed that we didn't get the costume until the end. I guess that's just being a child there. But yeah, and there's Steel, and just want to go back at the. HQ instead GQ for Guy Gardner Warrior. Really? Nah, I end up liking Guy Gardner later on. But yeah, that's Steel, a character that I originally knew as a toy, and a very, very bad movie. Well, eventually it became a book that I was able to track down. Got a final thought about HIV with Robin and get to know the facts. But yeah, great character, underrated character. Book I found at a at a garage sale, and a book I'm very happy to own. You know, it was a different way to be introduced to a new character, as I mentioned with the figure. It was a different way to really learn how great and how, in my opinion, important of a character that John Henry Irons is. You know, it took me a lot of steps to truly find out how special of a character it is, other than just being cool to a child. But you know, this is a good character. This character, I know, does mean a lot to a lot of people, and I really, really wish we would see him used more. You know, it is a product of the 90s. It is the product of events that, for, you know, maybe rightfully so, considered cheap, but a lot of good did come out of this book. A lot of good has come out of this character. And, you know, I'm just happy to say that I enjoyed the character. And I'm happy to say that I own this book. Do you also own that book? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share, subscribe for more content, not just from the world of comic books, from the world of anime, gaming, pro wrestling, and all things geek culture. Follow me on my social media pages, facebook.com/athleticgeek89, Twitter athletic_geek89, Instagram athleticgeek89, and if you would like to help this channel out financially, hit me up on Patreon. That's patreon.com/athleticgeek89. And that, I'm out. Y'all be cool.